Hey, sorry, I was having a little bit of trouble getting live. I don't know why my hair always looks so orange in here because it's not really orange. It's a little orange, but it's not this orange. Something to do with the lighting. Hey, Michelle. Hopefully, all you guys can see and hear me. For sure, let me know if you can't at this point, but I think we are finally live. It took a few minutes. I don't know what was going on there. It was weird. I'm gonna wait till I see some more of you. There we go. Okay, good. Yay! Yay! Hey, Kathy. So I hope everybody's had a good couple weeks. I missed last week. Missed you guys. Hopefully you were doing something fun. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Delia. So fun. I've had a pretty good week. I want to thank all of you guys who, hey, Rita. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Purple Peacock. Must be Jill. Hey, Brenda. Um, I want to thank all you guys who participated so far in our Black Friday, Shop Small Saturday, and coming up tomorrow's Cyber Monday sale. So thank you for that. Hey, Alice. Oh, Wisconsin, burr. Hey, Carol. Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine right now. I've seen just a smidge of news today. Not much, but it looks like there was a lot of snow in a lot of places. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, it seems cold everywhere. Ugh, yuck, yuck. Hey, Beth from Illinois. Yeah, it's got to be cool everywhere because it's cold here. So, and I wouldn't say we're like really far south, but we're usually pretty warm. Pretty warm. So, so yeah, we had a lot of folks in the shop for Black Friday and then Shop Small Saturday, and that was fun because we got to see a lot of friends coming through and coming over from different states and stuff. So thank you for that. That was a whole lot of fun. Hey, Lynette. Oh, Texas. Ooh. Oh, you were there this weekend. That's excellent. Yay. So yeah, so we made some new friends. We got to meet some people who we knew their names and had shipped but hadn't really seen them. So it was fun. It was fun. And I will give you some good news. That's the first time that we have, hey Denise, that we have been open on Black Friday since 2017. Because we opened up on Black Friday on 2017 and we did this whole like big party kind of thing. And we had, food and we had a stitch group and we just had no customers, none. And I was like, okay, well, we just won't do this again then. I just figured people were out shopping for other things and as we all do on Black Friday and that we weren't a place where they were gonna beat the crowd too on Black Friday, but I was really wrong. And so for years, people have asked me, "Are you going to be open? Are you going to be open?" And of course, we've only been reopened for a year, but for those years that we were downtown Weaverville, we just didn't open back up on Black Friday. But it was such a success that we will be doing it from now on. And because of that, because I realize that there are a lot of people who come to the area for kind of like vacation, they come with their family or their partner, and they want to get into the shop while they're here, and maybe they surreptitiously kind of planned it so that they could come to the shop. I hope so. That's the dream I tell myself. and and anyway, and so it's always sad when we're not open. So we've decided not to do. We've never ever been open between Christmas and New Year's. We always close down and do our inventory, and you know it's a busy time for people. Well, this year we're going to change that. The way that we've got our schedule going, where we're closed on Monday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because we do shipping. We do a lot of shipping and other stuff on Tuesdays. We will open up by appointment on Tuesdays. If you're ever in town and you need to come in on a Tuesday or even a Monday, if you let me know, I'm happy to open up because I'm almost always there, sadly. And we do shipping and stuff. So if you're there and you want us to open up on a Monday or Tuesday, I will do that for you. You just have to let me know. Um, but this year we're going to be open between Christmas and New Year's because I'm pretty sure we've got enough time on those off days to get our inventory done. So I'm excited. So we'll see how we go. So we might have some more fun things going on between Christmas and New Year's this year. So I'm excited about that. That's the first time that we have done that. So just for the record, we will be closed on Christmas Day. we're gonna close at, I think I said 3 o'clock on Christmas. I don't know, noon or 3. It's on the face it's on our homepage of our website. It's also, I think, I don't know. I'll have to look around and make sure it's everywhere. Because for a while I had us closed, but I've updated that. I'm pretty sure that we're open until noon or 3 on Christmas Eve, and the same thing for New Year's Day. I think we close at 3 on New Year's Eve. Sorry, I just said that totally wrong. Just erase, delete that. On Christmas Eve, I think we're open till noon or 3. Then we're closed Christmas Day, then we open back up Friday and Saturday, the 2 days after Christmas, and then we're closed on our normal close days, which is that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we're open on New Year's Eve until 3 o'clock, and then we open back up January 2nd. We're closed on New Year's Day. So we're open the 2 days after Christmas, and we're open, New Year's Eve, and then we open back up on January 2nd. Okay. So, sorry, that was hard, but it's on the Facebook page. Oh, it's on the homepage. It might be on the Facebook page. I'll try to get it out there. And, I need a social secretary if anybody wants to volunteer. And, and then, of course, we'll be putting it in our newsletters. I think I had it in the newsletter that just went out this week. On that note, before I forget that thought, if you're not signed up for the newsletter, you should do that, because when the first full year that we were open, which I think was 2018, we published our Saxon Sampler, which we just brought out into print this past year, but we published it for free, part by part, for that whole year of like 2018. And it was so much fun watching people stitch it. And so a lot of people stitched that big, beautiful, amazing sampler from the 1700s. They didn't have to pay for the chart. Of course, they had to kit it. But we're going to be doing that again this year, and we're going to kick it off in December. So the first part will come out in December, and then we'll go through next year with it. And so I'm very torn. I'm just going to be honest. So you guys are welcome to give me feedback here, between a Dutch sampler and a Mexican sampler. And I'm leaning hard toward the Dutch one, just because it was actually the one I planned to do next, a few years ago, and we just didn't do it. We couldn't get our head above water to do it. And it's so pretty. It's got so many pretty colors, and it's got these cool little people on it, and it's just a neat sampler, and it's not a hard stitch. The Mexican sampler I'd have to make some options in that, because it's got some more challenging stitches, and some of you may be super up for that, and some of you may be like, whoa, back that horse up. And so I might save it for another year out. I think we'll definitely do it, so don't get upset. But I think we're going to go Dutch this year, because it's that kind of year. Everybody's watching their budget. We're just going to go Dutch. So yeah. We'll see. It's split 50-50 already, split 50-50. But don't despair. If we don't, whichever one we don't do, we'll do the next year. But I'm leaning pretty hard toward Dutch, because it's not got a lot of hard stitches in it, but it's still very beautiful. And I bought it in Amsterdam from a friend over there. He's a dealer. And I've had it for a long time. And it's hung in the shop before. In fact, it was in the shop. It's in the shop now. And so it hung in the shop until I took it down 2 days ago to pull silks for it. So, yeah, so there's that. So we're probably, now you guys all want the Mexican one. Well, I can be swayed. I can, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so you're not alone. My friend Elizabeth, who works with me, voted Mexican too. Um, but my heart, is always with the Dutch ones. I do love the Mexican ones. I've got a few Mexican. I could choose one that's maybe a bit less intense, or I could just do the part that's a little more straightforward. Um, I don't know. We'll see, or maybe we'll find a way to make everybody happy. That's hard to do, but maybe. I mean, it's not without uh possibility. We watched Wonka. I watched Wonka on my own. My accents come back so heavy. I hear it and I'm like, whoa. It's come back so heavy. I hope it doesn't bother you guys. It is my normal natural accent that's been messed up by living abroad a bunch, but um, some things come out like I watched Wonka by myself um, at some point. I don't know, last weekend or earlier in the week, and Everett came in. If you guys have seen Wonka, it's so fun. And Everett came in right at the point where I forget his name. I wanna say Hugh Downs, that's not it, but you know who I'm talking about, the guy that plays the Oompa Loompa. Right where he was in the jar and he was doing Oompa Loompa, and he was doing his little dance, and we are like, "Oh my gosh," and so we rewatched it together, yesterday or day before. It's great. I'm thinking I might do an original design with that too, so buckle up, Betties. I did one for Mary Poppins when the 2nd movie came out. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's out there. I don't talk about it a lot because I called it Mary Poppins, and that may or may not be allowed. It's certainly all original design, but they're protective about their things, and I don't blame them. So we may have to call this one something else, but it might be fun because I've just got visions of Oompa Loompas running through my head. Um, okay, so sign up for the newsletter because something fun's going to happen. So make sure that you do. I hope you like it. We're going to give you some choices. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So that's the newsletter. Sign up for it soon so that you have that information about that freebie that comes out because we'll publish it one part at a time through the year and then we'll stitch on it together. So this we had our fourth Friday this past Friday, and it was pretty slim attendance because I think people were busy or tired, and I don't blame them, or traveling. But don't forget about Fourth Friday stitch because that's a good time to get together and stitch. This Tuesday is the first Tuesday of the month, and if Patty or Jennifer are on, please correct me. I know I had to ask you about it before, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Linda. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Melody. Hey, Catherine. I think I got everybody else. Brenda, make if you want to join us, we're going to be stitching long dogs and ink circles, and honestly, whatever else you want to stitch on Tuesday night. So that is a 7 p.m. stitch. So this Tuesday, first Tuesdays, is another online stitch group. Um, and then fourth Fridays, and then of course Sundays on YouTube Live. So those others are on Zoom, and the invite for them stays consistent. So once you save it into your Zoom calendar, it's there. It's also on our homepage, so you can go out there and find it there. And I try to remember to post it. Although I haven't been meeting on the long dog. Some friends have been meeting there without me. But I set it up, and so I'll join back in, and we'll get that going. So if you want to stitch on your long dogs, come join us. I actually just downloaded today the one with the one that she put out last year with the raven or the crow and the Santa sleigh. I'm pretty stoked about that. I've got a friend, Heather, who is very into crows and ravens, and I sent it to her. So maybe she'll stitch it with me. So long dog on Tuesday nights. And then we're thinking about kicking up another Zoom stitch so that we have at least 2 a month, and they'd be pretty consistent. But I would be interested in your feedback on that. So let me know about that. We do fourth Fridays, so we'd probably keep it on a Friday night just so it's consistent. I want to show you the blessing sampler. So every time I say that, um, I think about Christmas Vacation, where they have I forget her name, and I have seen that movie literally 100 times with Chevy Chase, and they talk about say the blessing, Clark. It's the old aunt, which I soon will be at Thanksgiving. Um, so the blessing sampler, we've not done one before. I stitched one last year. I stitched one of Thy Needles Work from Sharon Hufstetler, and I love it. And we do have it in the shop, and I forget what it was called. Um, if she's on, she'll tell me. Hey, Lori. Ooh, cold. Yeah. Um, oh, I don't know if Sharon's on. She might be working, but It was a really sweet one, so that's a good option for one. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to film a YouTube, a floss tube tomorrow. Anyway, this is one that we did, and so we purchased this sampler. I literally just got it in my hands about 2 weeks ago, and I don't have the antique here with me, but if you watch the floss tube from this week that I will be doing tomorrow, you'll see it, but I do have the finished model, although I did not iron it, and I do see a Herschel hair on it, but that's gonna be okay. I'm trying to find something that I can hold behind it so that it, looks okay. And I stitched it in red and we modified it. So uh, it's going to be presented to you two ways. I'm going to tell you about it first. The verse in it was stitched on the original over one, and it's a really short little verse. And it's a tiny little sampler. I started it. Emma charted it for us. Emma's my stepdaughter, Everett's daughter. Emma charted it for us. It was her first time charting, and I was teaching her. She did it for us a week ago. I took it home that night, started stitching it. I have not had much time this week. It is stitched so quick. So even if you've got another one, hey Terry, even if you've got another one on your list, you might want to add this one to it. It's really sweet. So the original verse, everything in the sampler's over two, except for the little verse. And then in the original, it was stitched over one. Well, we did it two ways. We charted it like that, and then we modified it just a little bit, and we charted it over two and just enlarged the sampler a smidge. And we stitched it with some different colors. So this is the first model, and it says be amiable and affectionate. And I haven't ironed it, and I apologize. And I thought that was so sweet because you can stitch it for Valentine's Day. And I took it as a reminder of how to treat people, right? So it's easy to get busy and to be cantankerous for the redheads in the crowd anyway. For everybody, we all have our moments. And so I took this to just be a sweet reminder to be good to people. Just be nice. That's the way I read this when I read it. Just be nice. And I added the little heart. So the hearts weren't on it. So I added the two little hearts beside the verse. This is the over two version. And I put my name in it, and I will tell you the stitcher's name. And then because I had some extra room down there, I added that little heart between my name and the year. But you see, it's a tiny little thing. It's so quick. And so the second version, which I will stitch this week, will be stitched in blue, and the little verse will be over one. And it may or may not have little hearts. I don't remember if I have room for that on the over two. So this is not posted yet because I just finished the model. But I wanted to show you to it. Show you to it. I wanted to show you to it and let you guys meet each other. This is on a linen called Rhyolite. Rhyolite. That's the color. It's a Weeks Dye Works on a Zweigart base. You know it's Zweigart because it's got that orange ticking. This, that is my gold work piece. I'll show you in a minute. This is the one of the two Linen Club colors for our relaunch of the Linen Club. And so I thought that was a nice tie-in. I'm telling you, I had not stitched on this color linen until we got it in for the Linen Club. And I looked at it and I was like, holy cow, almost everything looks good on it. It is my new favorite neutral. I adore it. I really do. There are going to be a lot of things that we're going to be stitching on this. It's so pretty. And so it's a perfect color for the relaunch of the Linen Club. It's called Rhyolite. It's not out there yet. You're getting previews to everything. It will be out there this week. So coming up this week, you're going to have a chance if you want to download that blessing sampler in PDF form. You can purchase it in PDF, or you can buy a kit for it and you can get it for free. That's the way we're going to do that. So if you buy the kit, we're going to offer this Rhyolite linen and a custom cutter of fat eighth. It's pretty close to a fat eighth. So I may just put it in a fat eighth with 3 or 4 different classic colorwork silks. So I stitched this with Belle Soie Cranberry, and it's really pretty. Yeah, green for me too on it. I love green. Okay, so this is a 36 count, but we have this color because we're using it for Linen Club in 32, 36, and 40, and we might even have 46. And if you want to stitch it in 46, be my guest. You can do that. I know people love it. I'm not a person that loves doing that. I can, but I don't love it. Um, so, and you can stitch it in Aida. If you want it in Aida, we'll offer an Aida kit. It won't be this color because Weeks doesn't do Aida. So I don't have this color, but I'll put it on a really beautiful Aida for you. So I'll pick an Aida for you guys who want to stitch it on Aida because there's no specialty stitches here. You can do the over 2 just fine. If you want to do the over 1, you might want to do it on one of the linens. So this week we'll put it out there for sale in PDF format and kits. And if you buy the kit and you can choose one of 3 or 4 different colors of silk, then you'll get the chart for free. That's how we do a PDF version of it. I don't have it printed yet. I will be taking it to the printer. And as soon as the printer gets me a printed version, in our heavy cardstock, then I'll make that available to you and you can buy that. But very economical for you to buy it, for you to get it if you buy the kit, because you're just paying for the kit. And then you can have it for free. And if you want to wait for the hard copy version and you're going to join the linen club or buy the linen club, well, you can just use that linen. So I think it's perfect for it. So the other colors, we're going to do it in cranberry. The kits are going to be in cranberry. They're going to be in a Belle Soie blue, a deep blue. I forget which name it is. A green. And then the original was stitched in black, which is why I changed the color. If I have a black Belle Soie, I will offer that. I just can't remember if I do right now. If I do have noir, I think is what it's called, I'll offer it in that. And if I don't, I won't. But if you want to stitch it in black silk, I mean, you can do that. That's no problem. So that is the over 2 model. Just finished hot off the presses today. Hence the no ironing. I literally finished it about 30 minutes ago. Just a really sweet one. The stitcher's name, her real name is S. Well, I don't know her full name, but it's S.A. Marsham, Marsham, and it was stitched in 1838. S.A. Marsham, 1838. Be amiable and affectionate. It's just so sweet. I just thought it was really sweet. As soon as I bought it from Erna Hiscock, as soon as I saw her posted, I was like, oh, I want that. And I wanted it specifically for a blessing sampler. And Erna was really sweet and got it right out to me. So, you're stitching with cranberry right now. It is a really nice silk, Carol. 46, Beth. Okay, you can do it. I know you can do it. Yeah, the green that I want to use, there's 2 greens. There's a really pretty bright green, and there's also a blue green. And maybe we'll just put it out there and everything. And so you'll get 5 yards of the silk, but you'll get it from our bulk. And so we buy Belle Soie silks from Classic Colorworks in bulk. We don't buy all their colors. But when we're going to kit something like we did for National Needlework Market last year, and when we're bringing out other kits, we buy it in bulk, which means like several thousand yards. And then we pull out what we want and put it on a skein. We sell those hanks in 40-yard hanks because we originally did it for our Bristol sampler, which is Alice Ellen Usher. And so we still sell those hanks for $60 a hank. We've not gone up. And they're 40 yards. And the reason they're 40 yards is because that's what we needed to do the Bristol. So for this, I stitched it with less than 2 yards using 1 strand because it's little. But I know some of you will be stitching over on a 32 count maybe. And so we're going to include 5 yards of whichever color you get plus your fabric. And then you'll get the chart for free. Or if you want to do it on something else entirely, you can go out and pay for the download, or in another week and a half, you'll have the printed version and you can buy it in a hard copy format, which I don't like to brag, but we do a nice chart. So if you've had one of our charts, I hope you like it. I won't say we never make a mistake, but we do a really beautiful, nice chart. And whenever we can find history, we include it in there. But it's always nice and big. Okay, so it's going to be 1 chart. So you don't have to pick whether you do over 2 or over 1. You're gonna get one chart, and down to this wave part right here, it's exactly the same. And so the chart that you'll download or purchase, will have one version that comes down to the wave, and then you'll have 2 to choose from for the bottom part. And you'll choose to stitch the over 2 or the over 1 in one booklet. So you'll have it that way, and it'll be easy to understand. It won't be confusing. You'll have your typical whenever you have a page change, you've got like 2 or 3 shaded rows. That's the only thing that'll be different. It's perfect to do that way because it's at a perfect break right here. And then from there down, is the only change. And the letters that I use to personalize are directly from the sampler. So you don't even need another alphabet. You just pull it from the sampler. I will tell you, I haven't told you this yet, but one of the things when we were charting this, it was so fun to see because you can really understand what happened in the mind of the stitcher. Um, you'll notice that the alphabet in both the capital letters and the lowercase letters have the W and the V reversed. So the placement's reversed. So instead of UVW, XYZ, it's UWV. I like to say UV, UWV on both. And the reason we figured out is because she stitched her outline first. She made the box first, and then she made everything fit. And you asked me how I know that, and I know that because there was quite a little bit of like weird stitching in here, which we did not rechart. So it's not an exact reproduction because there was some weird stretchy over one way and over 2 the other way, or over 2 one way and over 1 the other way. It was making it fit. But it was so neat to be inside the mind of this young person that stitched it, SA, in 1832, and know exactly what she was doing. And so not only did they make things fit, but that's why she did the reversal of the W and the V, because she had a lot of extra space there and she wanted to save her space. And so instead of putting the V in there, she put the W at the end on both of those because the V would have taken a lot less room. And the W made it more balanced. And you see, she still had a little extra space. And at the end of the third band, which has the small A, B, C, D, E, and F, she just put a few little spacer stitches. That's exactly like the antique. And those little spacer stitches after the ampersand, that's exactly like the antique. So there wasn't much that we changed. We just, and in fact, it's almost, it's only one stitch different than the antique. Because she had compensating. She had some stuff one way on one side and some stuff the other way to make everything fit in there. And so the size is almost exactly the same. Now this one, it's a little longer because we basically added another line, but this way it's the same. One stitch different and all of that, removal of the craziness that we did. We only added one stitch. And really, we didn't have to. We could have made it work, but we wanted to make the corners come out right. And so we added that one extra stitch. So I hope you like it. It was fun for us to do. It looks beautiful. All of the colors that I mentioned look gorgeous on this linen. So I'm so excited to be sharing that linen with you. Yay, I hope you like it. Hey, Kendra. Um, hey, Katie. So that's the blessing sampler, and that'll be out soon this week. Um, I mentioned the Linen Club, so we'll get the Linen Club going for you this week too. Um, the Linen Club's going to be a little different. What was painful for us before was not the putting together of the club. It was the invoicing and the going back and the checking. Well, did they pay it? Did they pay it? Did they pay it? And then missing it when you might have paid like 2 or 3 weeks later, which wasn't horrible. We never went in and canceled the invoices, but then we might miss it and then we're late with it. And it was just painful. And so what we have decided to do is we'll create the club. We'll put them out there for sale and you'll buy them or you won't. And so, and when they're gone and we move along. But the way the Linen Club works is you get a full fat quarter, you get, I think it's like a 4x6 swatch that has a label on it and a ring for it, and you get a thread of our choice, and they're all the same thread for each club that will look good on the linen. And so this time, because we had one left over from last year that we're kinda, for lack of a better word, half pregnant with, we kinda got it out there, but we didn't really get it out there all the way. We're gonna repost the one from last December, which is a beautiful color. It's that one is, and you're gonna know the color, so it's not gonna be a mystery. That one is Dove, and it's this really beautiful blue green, and I stitch a um, a small motif from the Saxon sampler on it, the stag, and I did a finishing video for it, and that's out there online. And some of you may have gotten that freebie. I gave it away as a freebie in a couple of different venues. Um, and you may have already stitched it. It's the perfect color for both Halloween and Christmas stitching. It's just so beautiful. And we sell it for a lot of different things. It's just a fun, beautiful color. That one's going to be available. So is Rhyolite. So you're going to have the chance to pick up two different clubs until they're gone. And then when they're gone, they're gone. And then in January, we'll do it again. We've already got the linen in. And so each time you get a fat quarter and a swatch. And for this first relaunch here in December, we'll be sending them out with rings so that we know that you've got a ring. And then after that, if you need a ring, you can add it to your cart. And you can keep your swatches on there. And and you also get a coupon for the 30 days following when we put them out there to buy the same color in a different count. And I forget the discount on there, but it's a discount off, and it's a pretty good one. It's probably 20 or 25 because that's what I usually do. I can't remember now, but you get a discount code that you can go back, and anytime during that month, you can use that code, or that 30 days following, you can use that code. And let's say you waffle between 32 and 36, and you bought 32 and you're like, "Ooh, I'd love to have that in 36." You can go back in that month for that color. You can use that discount code, and you can buy it in a different count. So all of that for $34, and we're not changing that price for 2026. And that is our price from last year, and it is a good price on a fat quarter plus a swatch plus a thread, um, and sometimes a little free thing that we throw in there. So I hope that you will hop on that train if you haven't done it, and if you have done it and you're frustrated with us, whatever we might have, had a delay here or there, this will be better. And I think we didn't have any delays with when we did it and everybody paid. It was if you waited a week or so or longer and paid, and then I might miss it because it was that process of going back and checking and checking and checking. So this time we won't be doing that. You'll pop it in your cart, you'll check out, and you're on your merry way. So that's also how we'll do Jack Stash. And Jack Stash is going to be a whole lot of fun. I don't know that we're going to launch it before the end of the year, probably be next year. And we won't be doing that every month. We're going to do it every quarter, but it has always been very well loved. And so I'm excited about bringing that back out to you. I think you'll love it. We've already got stuff put back for it. It'll be fun. So we'll talk more about that later. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here now because I want you to know about it, and don't want to run out of time and forget. The little surprise that I kept telling you about is a discount, and it's truly, truly like a 24-hour. It's not a discount. It's a money off. It's different. And so the code is thanks. 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 And so we've done it in the past, but it's been a long, long time ago when we were little itty bitty. And so it has been years because this is our 11th year in business. We're 11 and a half now, almost 12. And so it was a long, long time ago in what seems like a land far away that we did this, but it's just a flat dollar amount off. So if you use that code, it's $10 off anything you purchase, but it's only good until tomorrow night. So I'm giving some grace to folks who are at church tonight and can't watch this and won't watch it until tomorrow. But at midnight tomorrow, just like Cinderella, that one goes poof and it's gone. Now, the cool thing about it is if you use it tomorrow, which is Cyber Monday, it layers on top that 20% off. So, if you are on the fence, it's a great time. It's free money, right? And it's just our way of saying thank you. Thank you for watching on Sunday nights. Thank you for being part of our family and hanging with us. And we just really appreciate you. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't keep doing this. We just wouldn't. Well, why would we? Right? I mean, I enjoy it, but it's no fun by myself. So I hope you enjoy that. It's thanks THANKS. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. When you get to the checkout screen, there's a little field that says coupon, and that's where you type that in THANKS. I'm not going to put it in the chat because I don't want that to be out there. Thanks. Thank you, Terry. Out there is, if people don't watch, they're just scrolling through seeing the comments. So I just really appreciate you guys. Here's the blue. I was looking for this and I couldn't find it. So this is the blue that we're going to use, that we're going to put in the kit. Look at how it changes the fabric. It goes from that warm, color to a cooler color, and I love it. This is the next one I'm stitching. This is Rhyolite, which is crazy, right? It's so pretty with so many different colors. So this was it on red. See how warm it looks there? And then when you put the blue on it, it immediately changes it to a cool tone. It's so pretty. And the green does the same. It's so pretty. So I think it's Mer Blue, but I could be wrong. It could be Blue Lagoon. I can't remember, so don't hold me to that. But I will tell you in the kit which one it is. But it is a Belle Soie silk. And the nice thing about Belle Soie silks is that there are, it's an Italian-based silk, and it's an overdyed silk, so it gives that beautiful antique look. There are 12 threads in there. So mucho grande silk, plenty of silk. And 5 yards of that is like a skein. So it's like a $8.50 skein of thread that you're going to be getting with it. And you're not going to need it all. So you can stitch something else with it. You could go stitch Sharon's with it, which is so pretty. I think I can't believe I can't remember it. Somebody will tell me. It's something like, it was another one about the same size. It had just such a sweet little verse on it. So Thy Needles Work. I will talk about it in the floss tube tomorrow, but it's so pretty. So yeah, so don't forget, I'm gonna say it again. Thanks, THANKS. Just enter it in the coupon field. If you do it before, the end of the day tomorrow, and by the end of the day, it's like midnight or something, then it layers on top of that Cyber Monday, Black Friday, shop small thing, have 20% off. The 20% off is on charts and fabric. Yeah, charts and fabric. And so but the $10 is anything you put in that cart. And if you find something that's $10 and you use your $10 coupon, then you're walking out of there for nothing. Although you will have to pay shipping. So anyway, you can use that however you want. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you. These Sunday night stitch and chats have always been so fun. We started them during COVID, and they were always, it was like family. It's like family time for me. I enjoy it. When am I going to get the new Teresa Baird chart? So I hope really soon. She sent me a note on Saturday and said that she had launched it. We'd been in touch about it because originally we were going to help her launch it. And then she took it to Woodlawn and it got tons of exposure because it won Best of Show at Woodlawn. And Teresa, came to Sassy Jacks for our first in-person soiree. It was really fun to have her with us. It was way back before COVID. I think it was 2018 or 2019. And she's just such a sweet person. And so we saw it in progress. It's been that long. She's been working on it a long time. And she taught people stitches. It was just so sweet and fun. And she's a delight. She really is. And anyway, so it was kind of already launched. And so when she sent me the note on Saturday, I immediately sent a note back and said, yeah, can you send us these copies? And so I'm just waiting for it to get here. And I Yeah, I'm just waiting. I don't know when it'll be here. I'm hoping this week. And as soon as we get it, we'll put it out there. Um, it's a really beautiful sampler. It requires 75 skeins of NPI. Did you hear that wrong? No. 75 skeins or 75 colors, not 75 full skeins. 75 different colors of NPI silk. And so if you stitch with NPI, you're in luck because you probably have a lot of those colors. And if you don't, you know, I don't think there's a conversion with it. And so I'm waiting to get the chart. That's why I'm not putting pre-orders out. I don't want anybody to be disappointed with what they're getting themselves into. So when I get the chart, um, I'll have a good look at it and see how the kit should be made. And Teresa did not give a conversion. I don't think she gave a conversion. I might be wrong. I don't think she gave a conversion because she spent a lot of time matching those colors and making sure that it looked great, as the designer. And so she really wants you to stitch it in her selected colors. And I don't blame her. It'll be the most beautiful that way. So I don't want to put it out there until I have it in my hand. And so when I have it, then I'll sell it to you. And that way you know that when you buy it, we'll turn around and ship it. And we'll figure out the kitting for it. Now it was stitched on, I'm sure it was stitched on Lakeside. And we don't often have Lakeside, but we have scads of beautiful linen. And so I'm sure that we'll be able to pick something that will be absolutely stunning with it. So that's not one to rush into. We'll have it and we'll always have it. And so you don't have to worry that you're not going to get it. And I love you guys for choosing to buy it from a North Carolina shop. So that seems to make a lot of sense, right? I hope you do. And I appreciate those of you who do that. And so there's no rush to buy it. We'll have plenty of them and we'll keep getting them and we'll get you kitted with it and give you some options on that. So, um, okay. So, Terry, good question. That Saxon from the 2018 newsletter is available published in a hard copy format, and it's the Saxon sampler that we brought out this year at market. And so it is available. You can purchase it now. It's not super expensive for what it is. I forget what the price. I mean, most of our stuff's around 20 bucks, $22, something like that. Nothing crazy. I don't remember that one, but it's also a really beautiful chart. Very nicely done. And I'm telling you, it is gorgeous to stitch. It's so pretty stitched. I've seen a lot of people finish it. So yeah, you can go out and buy it. You can get it in a hard copy format and it may or may not be out there in PDF. We tried to open up all of our charts back to PDF, but I don't remember if that was one that we might have had to create one for. And I don't know if that one's out there. So I'll double check on that. I'm going to make a note so that I don't forget to do that. But I know it's out there in a hard copy format and it is just called Saxon Band Sampler. And I want to say it's like 1841 or something like that. 1741, 1741, I think, something like that. But it's the only one that says Saxon Band Sampler. Sorry to do this in front of you, but if I don't write it down, I might not remember. Okay, that's that. Okay. And so, yeah, I'll be taking feedback up until I make that final decision about whether we go Dutch or whether we have some Mexican fun together. And maybe, just maybe, we just might find a way to make everybody happy. Like I said, I have many, many samplers to choose from. And I know I own at least 2 Mexican and I own a lot of Dutch ones. In fact, you know, so I have a little Dutch one here that I just got back in and a Mexican one. Not the ones that I was going to use for the stitch along, but I could show you one. I didn't bring one over to open. I meant to keep opening samplers on Sunday night because I'm sitting here looking at things right in front of me against the wall that are not even been opened that I bought. That's terrible. That's Lorraine Moots one time. I was visiting her in Germany, and somebody asked her like, "How many samplers do you have to be a collector?" And I'm pretty sure it was Lorraine that said, "When you don't know how many you have, you're a collector." And so I definitely don't know how many I have. However, we're gonna get a good inventory of them this year. But and I will say that, I know I've got at least 20 or more charted. They're just not in the published document format because that's what takes a lot of time. Thank you, Linda, for saying that. I really appreciate that. I know you stitch a lot. That means a lot to me to hear somebody besides me say that they think the charts are a really nice format because I we do put a lot of effort into them and we think they're pretty good quality. Okay, so this is a little duchy that I don't think many of you have seen because when I got it, I loaned it to a friend because she was going to do something with it. But I don't think she ever got quite concluded with that mission. And so I asked for it back so I could do my inventory with it. And I had a plan for it myself. And I own a lot of Dutch samplers. And so, you know, it's a little bit stained, but it's quite lovely. I'm looking for the year on here. 1780, friends. 1780 that I'm physically holding in my hot little hands, which fortunately are quite clean. I'll show you the back first. So this is the back. Isn't she lovely, as Stevie would say? Oh, that's the back. What a beauty. Now, let me show you the front. A little bit faded. Not any less beautiful, though. And then this is the front. So I really like this one because of all the flower arrangements on it. And my initial thought is, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be beautiful as like a series of like pages in a needle book or something like that? So I haven't quite settled on exactly what I'm going to do with this. And look at the little people. You see that little man with his hands on his hip there? He's kind of off white with little long gray feet. I love it. And these flower arrangements, peacocks, these flower arrangements are just so beautiful. And the hearts and the chairs. Ugh, I love this one. Lots of peacocks. And little man, there's another little man. Just so pretty. So the peacocks represent omniscience, like the all-knowing God. That's one of the things they represent, deity. And so because the eyes on their feathers, they kind of have eyes on their feathers. And so they represent the omniscience, the all-knowingness of God in Dutch samplers. So this one has 4 that I see right away. My arms are getting tired. So we're going to be done with that. But I will show you the back again because, gosh, how pretty is it? So I see something coming with that one. That's not the one we're going to do for the giveaway, but because it's not charted yet, but we're going to do something fun with it. But I do like the pages kind of thing, right? Like little kids had a little book that they opened to point and touch and pat the bunny kind of thing. There's just, there's 6 gorgeous page-sized flower arrangements there, and there's several smaller motifs all over it. But probably I'll also chart it as a full thing and then show some alternative finishes for it. She's a beauty, and her name is on here, and so I'll probably have to talk to I think her name is on here. Yeah. Probably have to talk to my Dutch friend, Jacob, and see if he can help me figure out the history of the stitcher for that one. Or maybe I'll talk to my Dutch friend that sold it to me. I could also do that. But anyway, that's just a pretty one I thought that you would like to see because it was just laying here on my table. Yeah, Sandy, it would be pretty. It would be fun to do as a series. It would, and talk about what the different motifs mean. Which so one of those little men had a pipe. I don't know if you noticed it, but he had a little pipe, that he was smoking, which is pretty typical. And then that, it's just there's a lot to talk about on that one. It's really pretty. But we have a lot of pretty things that we just need to get out there and share with you. And so we've got another. I'll tell you a couple other sampler things that we're working on. Um, is we've I think I can't remember, and you'll have to forgive me. And I'm at that age where my memory's gone. Um, I can't remember if I talked to you about the Sierra Leone sampler, but it's just an amazing sampler. A lot of history there. We're working on that one in collaboration with some friends that are going to make that really special. And so that'll come out next year, most likely in February for Black History Month. And it will have some days in there when it will be a free download, to help celebrate Black History Month, because it was stitched by a young Black woman who had been rescued from a slave ship. After slavery was outlawed, some countries continued to kidnap people and ship them. And some of the ships were intercepted, and some of the folks went to Sierra Leone instead of back to their home country because either they didn't have any family left or they were too young and their family was gone or for one reason or another. And so this was stitched by a young Black woman on Sierra Leone who was a free Black woman, um, who had been rescued from a slave ship. So um, that one, it was a very expensive sampler for me to buy. I've got like a top 5 list of things that made me stop and pause and think really, really long and hard about, was I really going to spend that kind of money on it? That was one that I did. It's not a super complex sampler, but because they're only less than 10, the beastie, less than 10 that we know about. I want to say 7 or 8. Um, that's why the price was so high on it. But I wanted to have a chance to make it accessible to people to stitch something that was created by a person of color. And I know there are a few out there, but I really wanted to have a chance to do it for free. So this sampler will be a free. Hey, buddy, he likes Dutch samplers too. By the way, he's getting ready to step on them. Um, oh, I scared him away. Sorry. Um, he'll be back, just like the Terminator. Um, I wanted a chance to make it free on Juneteenth and at times during February. And so that one is in progress. And we're partnering, like I said, with a few people to make it even more special. So I hope you're going to like that one. It's a pretty one. I don't have it here to show you, but I'll show you soon. And then I've got a really sweet Scottish one that I think I might have showed you. I can't remember if I did or not. That I've started stitching, but I haven't charted. That's not the way to go about it. And so that one needs to get charted because I'm handling the sampler and I want to stop doing that. It's stitched in wools, but we're actually charting it in Romy's creations, in her flosses, because she was in the shop when we were looking at it one day. And we found all but one color in what we had in stock of Romy stuff, which we don't have those online. But if you're looking for something, call us or email us, because I think we have just about all of her colors now. And we'll probably put them online and we'll be carrying those going forward. Um, oh, and by the way, if you don't have those class kits from Romy and Simona, um, I'm pretty sure that you can buy them with the 20% off. I think they come up under charts. I didn't exclude them. I can say that for sure. So I intentionally didn't exclude them. So if you want to use your 20% off and your $10 off to go buy a class kit, now's your time. And those aren't the only ones out there. There are others. So Um, that one's in progress and coming up, and that one's really beautiful. It's just very colorful and fun, and it's a pretty little Scottish one. So we're doing it in Romy's threads, and we'll do a conversion, of course, to probably Cosmo, DMC, maybe just Cosmo. I really like Cosmo. Um, and probably not silks. I mean, if you want us to, we will. Maybe we'll do it. If you want us to, we'll do it in a silk, but um, it might be really pretty done in a Vicky Clayton silk. So maybe I'll send it to Vicky and ask her to do a conversion. I do have Vicky updating her conversion for AC Bluebird. So if you have the 2025 version of AC Bluebird, there's a few additional colors because we took it off its backer board and we rematched colors. And so Vicky is currently making a conversion to AC Bluebird, which is our first publication and has always been our most popular. We knocked it out of the park with that. Also coming up in the spring is a a blah, an Ackworth Quaker from the Feller collection. So that one's really pretty. Um, so I want to show you what I've been stitching that's fun. This is called Season's Greetings from Ink Circles, and it's a modern take on a Dutch sampler. That's all I've gotten done. But I might have showed you the chart the last time we were here because I've got all my stuff laying out here. I can't remember. But this is the chart, and it's really cute. So it's got these little boats, but instead of little Dutch people, it's got little Santas on it and little elves. It's so cute. It's so pretty. We did have a few full kits left. We may not have any more full kits, but you can get it yourself. And it is stitched with Classic Colorworks threads. A rat's nest, I know, but it is what it is. They stitch just fine. It's been a lot of fun. It's my fun Christmas stitch. I started it in Wisconsin, and I haven't stitched on it much, but I did stitch on it for a couple of days this week because I ran out of thread for the blessing sampler. I lot. This is what happened. You see what happened was I grabbed the thread leaving the shop, and when I got home, I didn't have the thread. And I'm like, and I looked everywhere for it and I didn't have it. So I clearly dropped it between the back door of the shop and home. And so the next day, or whenever that next day was, I think it was over the weekend, and I think it didn't go in there over the weekend. And I think that's when I stitched that. I went, and it had rained the night before. Well, this is a good thing for you to know, right? I can't say this will always happen, but it had rained the night before, and that beautiful little string of red thread was laying on our rock patio exactly where I dropped it. And it wasn't really too wet, and there was no like running of it anywhere. It didn't look like it had ran at all. So I picked it up, took it inside, let it dry out, and finished stitching the sampler with it. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's all I can say about that. It didn't run, and I know it got rained on because it was a little bit wet, but it did not run, which I thought was great. So kudos, Classic Colorworks Silk. I can't testify that they're all like that, but I know that cranberry strand that I stitched that sampler with was perfect. Yeah, it was a tough test for the silk floss, but I was glad to find it. Just like tonight, I was glad to find that blue silk because I looked for it earlier tonight and couldn't find it. Completely forgot that I had it in here. The reason is because I had it in my pocket. And when I came in here for Friday night stitch, it was there. So I want to show you my gold work piece that I've been working on. So this is the piece I've spent the most time working on. And this is called Elizabethan Rose. And this is a Zena Casbin piece. And I don't know if you can really see all the sparkle in it. You can sort of see on the stem there too. That stuff hanging out, that green thread is GIMP, and it's couched on there, and I have to pull it to the back. And then the leaves are silk, and then the flower beds over there, those are pearl cotton. And that's a beetle, and he's not done yet. And that's padded satin stitch, so it's just plumped up there. And the little chart that I was holding behind that sampler that I was showing a minute ago is what it looks like when it's done. If you haven't been here when I've showed it before, but this is what it looks like when it's done. So it's very pretty. I haven't stitched on it in a couple of weeks because I've been stitching that blessing sampler and the season's greetings sampler. So it's been fun. But it is 9:02, friends. So, oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. And Cheryl, thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Go out there and use that. It's free $10. Even and if you don't want to pay any shipping, you just want something totally, totally free, find something for $5 and then your $5 shipping covers the rest, hopefully, and you're good to go. But maybe you might spend more. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what you do with that. But it has been a long time since we've done it. We used to send out postcards. I used to get these postcards made for different holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and Halloween and Valentine's Day. And I would host these stitch-ins at my house. And as part of getting psyched up for that and getting excited about it, once the shop was open, but before we were big, we were tiny. It was like 2014, 2015. I would send out physical postcards to everybody on my customer list, and it would have a code on there, and they could go online and shop and use that code. And this is the same thing. So this is the reason I wanted to do it on Sunday night. I wanted it to be, a thank you to those of you that joined me. So thank you for doing that. And it's just THA and KS, no capital letters. Doesn't matter if you capitalize it or not. It'll take it either way. The chart and fabric sale code is shop small with no spaces. Shop small. And so enter that code in. It'll take that one and then enter the thanks code in and it'll take them both. But the one for shop small is shop small. So make sure that you're on the newsletter list because we do send out short little newsletters during the week here and there when we've got a sale or something new. But we're going to start going back to our once a month. Well, we'll still do that, but at least once a month, probably only once a month because it takes a lot of time. I'll do a longer format like I used to. I wrote a little note at the end. The last time I did it was right after we adopted Herschel. It's been that long. So I want to say New Year's of 2023 is the last time I did it because I think we adopted him around January of 2023. So maybe it was right after that, January sometime. Or maybe it was, I think that's when it was. It's been a long time. However long ago it was, it's been a long time. So we're going to do that once a month, and that's where the freebie will show up. And anyway, I hope you'll join the newsletter and keep up with us that way too. And I hope I see some of you Tuesday night. You don't have to stitch a long dog. You can stitch whatever you want to. Just come and stitch Tuesday night at 7:00. I'll put the Zoom link on the homepage, and I'll probably post it on social media. And I'm try to send out an email with it, but it's 7:00. Yeah, Tuesday night, first Tuesday, 7:00 Eastern time. And once you get the Zoom link to that, you can just keep it. So maybe I'll sit down here right now and set it up, but I will get that out to everybody tomorrow so that you've got time for that. And then, if you're in town, like Lori's going to be, you can come and stitch with us on Thursday nights from 5 to 8. So, silks and banding, but not silks. See the silks and the banding for the Saxon, but not the chart, Rita. I'll go fix that. It should be out there. I'll find that right now and make sure that the Saxon sampler is out there for you guys because it's out there. It might not be out there, but it will be out there. So, it's out there in the world. It's published. And I would love for you to stitch it because it's a beauty. And I'm stitching it right now too. I got a lot of things I'm stitching. I'm not a good influence if you're trying to be a monogamous stitcher. That's not my jam. But I'm a happy stitcher and that's all that matters. I enjoyed having you guys tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm glad Herschel hopped up just really quickly there. You got to see him. And I will see you guys again soon. If not Tuesday night, then maybe I will see you next Sunday night. Thank you, Sandra. We'll see you guys all soon. Have a great week in front of you and happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays coming up. And we're all just going to be amiable and affectionate, like that little sampler said. Bye. Thanks, everybody.